So the first idea that we came up with and expanded upon was going from the first to invent to the first to file, which this kind of means, so right now the way the patent system works, there's a lot of legal issues of who came up with the idea first, who was the inventor of the idea. So we want to move towards a first to file format, which means that if you come up with the idea, you can file it and you have time to expand upon this idea. So from this idea, we came up with three issues that we found. And the three issues were, what if you had the idea and you have the skill, but you have no money? And the second one was, what if you have an idea, but no money and no skill? And what if the idea isn't really a good idea at all?
And from there, kind of, well, I'll probably talk mostly about what if you have an idea, but you have no money. If you have no money for an idea, an option you can do is sell the idea to a company. You know, you're saying, hey, if I sell the idea to a company, would I want to make commission? Yeah. So there's other options that you can do. Like, for the company, a possibility that you can do is you can bargain with them and make it 50% if the idea is worth it. And also, what if you have an idea? Like, what if it increased like over time, and you're not making as much money as the company? Say if the company doesn't want to do 50%, and initially it seems like, hey, 20/80 is good, and the idea just grows massively to a disproportionate amount where you're not really getting paid as much to a fair amount as the company. Well, after a certain period of time, it can be negotiable, whether it's fair, the fairness is along that lines. And another idea that we have is we might be thinking of what if you have the idea but you don't have the skills.
So another way we thought America could be a place that breeds new idea effortlessly is by helping these people who have ideas but don't have skills nor money. So a solution we came up with for that is to have these trade school-like institutions to bring the trade school culture back, kind of. So, and this has been tested in some countries where there are like institutions where they take people who have ideas, train them how to like imply that idea, like provide them with a mentor, and start. Some of them would start a business right away with on that institution expense, and for the first few years, all the money that business is making will go to cover the cost of making that money. And after a while, the mentor can decide if that person is good enough to run like the business solo. And it has been like proven to be like reducing employment costs in some countries. So we thought maybe that could happen in the US too.
And to decide if it is a good idea or not, we came up with an idea that like create an agency so that it knows like an analytical center for ideas. So when people came up with ideas, they're trying to file it, they go to the agency and then like they have professional analytical persons so that they can analyze your idea. Is it possible in the future or it's gonna fail? So they actually do that to prevent like the high cost of filing ideas that are not possible.
So like basically the wrap up of all of that is our main idea is that first to file is to get the patent, and then we want to go further from just having the patent, but like supporting that idea owner by supporting them with money and skills in one of these solutions.
And then the last thing that we kind of came up with was just looking at countries that are #1 in patents, such as Japan, and seeing what they do, how they have streamlined it, and kind of looking back into their history. And we just kind of also went over why it's important for patents and important for getting those ideas out there. So going back to that, also we would like to publish these ideas and make sure that whatever does get out there and gets filed will be, people can search for that. So.